Thanks, I appreciate it. On the border, we're talking to CBP officials who say that they're resourced to deal with about half the volume of encounters that they're seeing, that smugglers are putting migrants more and more at risk by dropping them off in more and more remote locations. Can you point to one thing the White House is doing right now that is making an impact on the border, is making an impact with this current surge?
Well, one of the things that obviously it's a big part of the supplemental request, and should we get the funding we're asking for, it will give us an opportunity to put more Border Patrol officers out there on the border. It will give us a chance to increase the asylum court officers and help with that process. And there's some physical security measures that are baked into that funding as well. So part and parcel of the supplemental request was very much recognizing that more needs to be done on border security, and we're willing to keep having that conversation with members of Congress. I would also add that one of the things that President Lopez Obrador and the President talked about today was trying to work on getting at the root causes of migration. We're seeing record levels of people. More people are on the move in this hemisphere than has been the case since World War II. There's a lot of factors, and part of that is, of course, dealing with instability, political and domestic instability in the region. So the work that we did with Venezuela here, not just to get Americans back, but to get the Maduro regime to ascribe to certain electoral reforms, that's important. That's important to help get at some of the root causes of migration.
On Gaza again, it's the end of the year. I think a lot of, as you can see in the other questions, Americans are reflecting on this humanitarian crisis. We've seen the estimates, the death toll reached 20,000. The WHO was saying repeatedly that one child is killed in Gaza every 10 minutes. Can you just reflect a little bit more on the humanitarian crisis that you're seeing and how Americans are supposed to sit with that reality?
Nobody can look at the images coming out of Gaza and not feel not feel a sense of pain and anguish for so many innocent people that have been displaced from their homes, families killed, many wounded, a lot of fear and uncertainty. We feel that anguish too every single day, and that's why we have worked. We're leading the world in terms of getting humanitarian assistance into Gaza. What I would ask Americans who are concerned about this as we head into the holidays to remember is how hard President Biden truly is working. The whole team is, and again, we're leading the world in many cases in terms of alleviating this pain and suffering of the people of Gaza, and we're going to keep doing that.
But then why are we seeing these Democratic lawmakers? Tuesday we saw this letter from really moderate Democratic lawmakers saying that he's not doing enough, that he should be using even more levers of power to try to change how the Israeli military is prosecuting this war. I mean, is he out of step with his party? He's not. Even Democrats are saying he's not doing enough.
President leads on foreign policy issues from a place of principles and values. That's the core of every foreign policy approach he takes, and that is no different here. And there are multiple principles and values at play here. One is making sure that Israel can defend itself against Hamas, that October 7th can never happen again. No nation should have to put up with that. And so we're going to continue to support them in that effort. Another one is, again, helping the people of Gaza and the Palestinian people, again, with the humanitarian assistance, but also in terms of trying to get hostages out and getting a pause in place, which actually also reduces civilian casualties.